SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket has launched the Rapid Response Trailblazer mission back in December from Cape Canaveral, deploying a military GPS satellite into medium Earth orbit. Now, RRT-1 is the first mission under the Rapid Response Trailblazer initiative, which showcases the U.S. military's ability to reduce satellite mission planning cycles from 2 years to under 6 months. We're always talking about making the timeline as short as possible. Well, this is a phenomenal example of it. The payload itself, GPS-3 SV07, is the 7th satellite in the GPS-3 constellation, which was built by Lockheed Martin. It was originally slated actually for a late 2025 launch aboard ULA's Vulcan rocket, but was reassigned to SpaceX's Falcon 9 to expedite deployment. This is SpaceX. That was SpaceX's 126. I wonder where they ended the year of 2024 with the Falcon 9's first stage booster successfully landing on a drone ship post-launch. But it's it's great.
You said 126th launch of 2024.
Yeah. So the number one challenge here it's not just launching a satellite faster. It's actually overhauling how that entire product life cycle is going to keep pace with this 6-month sprint. Right now we're trying to cram 2 years of planning, of design, testing into a timeline that's shorter than the warranty on even on my toaster. So I mean that's the big challenge for me.
I mean, it's important to have a good warranty on your toaster, but for me the interesting thing here is the split from 2025 to 2024 from that Vulcan to the Falcon. I know that Colonel James Horn said we decided to pull the SV07 out of storage to try to get the launch pad as quickly as possible, in a way of demonstrating that they can be responsive to operator needs with the NSSL class missions. So what we're looking at is a process here, being able to adapt a launch process, payload, personnel, launch system on that really tight time frame. So I think we're looking at responsiveness, having a PLM system in place with plans, other plans, substitutes, alternates, all integrated together in a configurable, morphable package. So I think we're really talking about configuration of the process itself.
Okay. I tend to feel that these guys, these SpaceX guys, have got their head around this whole thing. I mean, I think they've definitely got more Falcon 9 landings than I've got emails right now. I mean, it is the start of the year, I guess, but the real pain here is coordinating that entire life cycle, design, the build, the test, the integrating of a GPS satellite without cutting corners or ending up with a space-bound kind of paperweight. That, to me, is the biggest challenge they've got.
Do you think we're looking at a 6-month mission cycle being the new standard?
Oh, that would be really good if we could. Yeah, agree.
I mean, I think like having a critical thread workflow that aligns design, production, and launch plans into that real-time iterative system is what you've got to do to make that the new standard, which means we've started with requirements so far on everything, I guess, because everything should start with requirements. But again, here, you need to know those real-time requirements, actually gather those requirements real-time from mission planning, figure out what do we have to do so that we can then streamline the design, the change management to keep up with these tight deadlines. All the while leveraging the feedback from the digital thread feedback loops to help fast track validation and integration. Like all of this has to happen. As I said, it's a configuration of a process that's got to happen quick. And maybe we'll look at this year and by next December, we'll be like, 6-month mission cycles. Wow, that was a long time. Maybe they're even shorter.
See you next week.